walnuts or for a pumpkin pie. One thing about eating living foods, raw foods, is that there's no rules. Any nuts, seeds, and then a combination. But I like to use, because this is the season for nuts, walnuts or pecans. So I have walnuts, I have a few dates, and some coconut and cinnamon in here. So shredded coconut. Now if you're allergic to nuts, or you have a place where you can't take nuts because there are people with nut allergies, you can just use shredded coconut, dates, and dates to make a crust. And that works good too. Or you can make just a pumpkin custard and make, shred some coconut on top of it. So you just have little cups of custard with shredded coconut on top, and a whipped cream made with young coconuts. And then that will be a nut-free recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. What I want is to make it a crumble consistency. What I want to create is like a crumbly. So it's about a cup of nuts, a cup of coconut, and 6 or so dates, and then some cinnamon. And so now I've created more of like a crumble consistency. And so easily just throw it in your pie dish. Now I like to save a little bit for the top and just crumble it on top. And the way that it's best that I like to do this is I just put it all on the bottom like this and smash it. Start smashing it with the palm of my hand, just getting it as flat as I can. So, and I remember doing, I used to be into making a lot of vegan recipes, cooked ones, and I always had to make the pie crust so perfect. Where this one, the oils in the nuts are going to keep it from sticking, and it doesn't have to look a certain way. You take your fingertips, you can push those down. This is probably the easiest pie. We're going to make whipped cream for our pumpkin pie. We've made the filling. Now a lot of times what I'll do is I'll make the whipped cream first, and I don't have to rinse out my blender, and then I can just add all the ingredients, and whatever's left on the sides just gets into the pie. So I've added about a cup of cashews and a few dates, just like 4 dates. And if you have a nut allergy, feel free to use just young coconut meat. And just as you're blending it, just add tiny bits of water until it's just like a whippy, creamy consistency. Add maybe a little agave, or a lot of times what I like to do is I blend dates up ahead of time with water. And with that date paste, I'll add some to my coconut cream. And then you can use that as your whipped cream if you have some nut allergies. So I'm going to go ahead and blend it. Woo. Okay, and it's whipping up just like whipped cream. If you're not striving for, if you're just adding fresh fruits and vegetables into your life, you can add a little vanilla. Sometimes a little almond flavoring is really good. But cashews or macadamia nuts, any white nut, I found that those work the best. So let's cut down the time here and just give it a good. Now I just add a little bit of water at a time because I want to keep my whipped cream creamy. I don't want it runny. I said if you want it to be more of the super white consistency, rather than this one is more of an off color, which I kind of like for pumpkin pies. So we're done with that. Now, okay, now we're going to put the pie together. What I've done here is, and this is kind of fun, is I've put my whipped cream inside of a Ziploc baggie. I'll show you what we're gonna do with it. And then the pie crust has all been pushed down. And then we have our pumpkin filling, or our butternut squash filling. And put it in. It's a little bit more than needed. One thing that's great, if you want to make it ahead of time, you can always freeze it. If you have leftover, you can make just custard, little balls, like I said. Okay, so we're gonna decorate the top of it. So I love to do this. This is one of my favorite things. So you're just gonna cut off a tip of this and then use it like, now I went ahead and I've bought a pastry bag when I do it, but I just wanted to show you how simple it is for you to do it. Now you can do any sort of creative topping, squiggles, lines, striping. I'll show you, this is a really fun way, and you can cut your bag depending on the tip that you want, of how much. And then you can keep the rest and put it on the side and people can have it. Now what I love to do is take a knife and just move those edges. And it creates a really pretty design. Go in the opposite direction of where you put your lines. So, and then you can add a few crumbles on top. And now you have your live raw pumpkin pie, only butternut squash. Enjoy!